Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back ranking all 4 movies in the Jaws franchise. Not only is it July, but it's Final Guy July, according to the theme for Monthly Theme Thursday this month. So there is no better time to rank the Jaws franchise. Let's be honest. The Jaws movies feature a final guy, all with the exception of Jaws: The Revenge. But come on, the first 3 have Chief Brody in the first 2 and Mike Brody in Jaws 3. I'd say they definitely fit that final guy archetype. Regardless, this is a franchise that needs to be ranked, so that's what Jason and I are doing. Like with all of my other rankings, I will start with my least favorite and work my way to my favorite Jaws film. I use criteria such as nostalgia, rewatchability, and overall entertainment value. It's about what I enjoy. This is just my personal opinion, and you don't have to agree. Of course, you should also be sure to check out Jason's video, since his ranking will likely be different from mine. But first, this is how I have Jaws ranked. In last place, or 4th place, I have Jaws 3, or Jaws 3D. I really like the cast in Jaws 3, and how this sequel follows Mike Brody. I almost said Mike Brady. That would have been an interesting crossover. I love the SeaWorld setting in this one, and the fact that it was shot on location there. The shark effects, though, let's be honest, could have been better. Still, it's a really fun sequel, and I do like it a lot. I just like the other 3 movies more. Jaws 3 comes in last place for me. In 3rd place, I have what is universally considered to be the worst Jaws movie, Jaws: The Revenge. What can I say? I actually love this one. Jason and I already gave it a positive spin, so for all my reasons, please be sure to check out my positive spin video. But here are just a few. For one thing, I love that this one is set over Christmas and New Year's, as opposed to being a summer film like the others. That, to me, makes it unique among the 4. I like that Jaws: The Revenge makes some bold decisions, like the opening kill, for example. And I personally find it entertaining how over the top it is, even though a lot of people criticize it for that. This is a horror movie. We're supposed to suspend disbelief while watching it. I like that this time it's personal. It makes it come across as more of a slasher sequel. I mean, essentially, that's what Jaws is, right? It's a slasher film with a shark as the killer. But more on that in a bit. As for Jaws: The Revenge, it's a fun ride. And it's number 3 in my Jaws ranking. In 2nd place, which might come as a surprise to some of you, I have the original Jaws. Listen, guys, I love the movie. I do. I watch it every July around the 4th. Believe me, my wife makes sure we do. She's a huge fan of this one. The thing is, and I've said this before, I'm not a huge Spielberg fan. Don't get me wrong, there are films from him that I love, like Jaws. But I'm not as high on him as a lot of other people. I do think he has some pacing problems in some of his movies, but that's just my opinion. And again, you don't have to agree. Jaws, for me, is an example of a film that suffers from some of those pacing issues. I'm not saying the entire movie is poorly paced. Not at all. There are just moments that I feel could have been edited just a bit. I feel that way about most of Spielberg's films. With all of that being said, Jaws is still rightfully a classic, and I do love it. Still, I have it at number 2. Because my number 1 favorite Jaws movie is Jaws 2. Jaws 2, in my opinion, is a slasher film, or at least a slasher plus. I actually reviewed it for that theme during the Slashback Challenge. This sequel follows the slasher playbook. It's a formulaic slasher in every way, with the exception of the killer. Because, of course, we know the killer in Jaws 2 is a shark. That is, a shark who seemingly wants revenge for, I don't know, the death of his brother. This killer, or shark, also suffers a burn early in the film, and then continues the rest of the movie with a half-scarred face. That sounds like something that would happen to a slasher villain. The main characters being teens and wanting to party in the middle of the ocean. The methodical murders as they're picked off one by one. And Chief Brody being very similar to Dr. Loomis. I've covered all this before in my Slashback video, but I thought it was worth mentioning again. For all of these reasons and more, Jaws 2 is my number 1 favorite movie in the Jaws franchise. So, there you have it, guys. My ranking of all 4 movies in the Jaws franchise. What do you think? How would you rank these films? Comment below and let me know. Of course, don't forget to check out Jason's video to see how he has Jaws ranked. Which franchise will we rank next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.